Hello and welcome back to the Arithmetic series. This is episode 2, and today we're going to be introducing a couple more numbers, specifically 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to talk about them, how much each of them are worth, like the value, right? Their numbers. If you think of numbers as being a group, how many dots are in that group? And so let's go ahead and write them out. We have it here, but I'm going to go ahead and write it again. So 4, 5, and 6. And these are how we write these numbers as words. Again, we can also represent numbers as symbols. And so that's what we're going to do here. Actually, let's go ahead and write it right here. So we have 4, 5, and 6. And now down here, we're going to show all the different ways that you can write these numbers. Because typically people adopt their own styles, they have their own ways that they enjoy writing numbers. And specifically, let's start with 4. Well, 4 has quite a few different variants that you can do. And then, so these are the different ways of writing 4 that you might see. 5 is pretty straightforward, and really there's only one way to write 5, and that would be like this. And then lastly, 6. There's two different ways to write 6s. Really, one's just a sloppier version of the other. And so we can do something like that, or you can go like that. And so these are all the different ways that you might see these three numbers represented. Specifically, I think this, and like this are probably the most common, the ones that you see the most. And I know a lot of teachers hate when their students do this or this for 4s, but you still do see it quite a lot. Now let's go ahead and talk about how much these numbers are actually worth. So let's say we have 3 groups. And these groups here are going to represent our numbers. So this is the group for group 4, group for 5, and then group for 6. And in our first one, we're going to go ahead and show how many dots make up 4. Right now, we're at 0 dots. If we then go ahead and add this many dots, this is how many dots equal 4. So you can think of this as the number of items that you have. So for example, 4 pencils, 4 erasers, 4 shoes, 4 bars, 4 tools, just anything that you can quantify. You can think of 4 as being 2 pairs. Now let's go ahead and talk about group 5. In this group, we have 2 pairs and then a single. And again, you can think of this as having 5 pencils, 5 teachers, 5 markers, 5 erasers, and then lastly 6. Here we have 3 pairs. And so you can think of this as 6 markers, 6 erasers, 6 lights, 6 cars. Anything, like I said, that is quantifiable can be fit into these groups. So that leads us to the idea of counting. What exactly is counting? Well, let's say we have a group. And we start with nothing. There's nothing in this. And every time we put another dot into this group, we are counting another number. So if we start at 0, then we can go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so counting, essentially, is just adding another number into the group, or placing another number into the group. So for example, if I have one pencil, and now suddenly I've acquired another pencil, we can say I went from having one pencil to two pencils. And if I acquire another pencil again, I'd have three pencils. And that's kind of the concept of counting. We're going from 0, and we're just gaining another object for our group. So from 0 to 1 to 2, and so on. So let's go ahead and actually count from 0 to 6. Well, we would start at 0. We have nothing. We don't have any markers at all. And now we count to 1. So now we have one marker. And now we count to 2. So now we have 2 markers. Now we count to 3. So now we have 3 markers. We gain another marker. So now we have 4. And another. So now we have 5. And then another. So we have 6. And again, we can think of this as no dots. This is 1 dot. This is 2 dots. This is 3 dots. This is 4 dots. This is 5 dots. And then this one is 6 dots, where the dots are just some object. And you can clearly see each time we're just adding another dot. We are just gaining another dot. And so that's really all I wanted to talk about in this episode. Just a short introduction to 4, 5, and 6. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Bye.